Hi, welcome to Easy Update. Here's Kyle. It's the end of the year, whatever.
End of the year recap. 2020.
2020. It's been a hell of a year. Where are your children sleeping? How's that go? It's 8 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Remember that?
Yeah. What a funny thing. What a funny thing to make fun of, and then it just controlled the world.
What even was that? Or are you talking about
was-
2020?
No, that was an advertisement for news,
Oh, yeah.
I believe.
I
And
remember
it's
it
like
being
to
on-
scare parents. And so like parents are scared. And they're like, oh, I got to see what this, I got to watch that.
Right. Fear rules us all. It's
Yeah.
not money or sex. It's fear. Which is really probably related to power somehow. You know what I mean? Everything revolves around power and fear.
The Janelle Monáe song I love so much is it goes, everything is sex because sex is just power. You know, power is just sex. You know that song?
I've probably heard it, but like that's true.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah. I've been waking up with Don't Start Now, Don't Show Up, whatever, the Dua Lipa song. I've been waking up with that in my head, like first thing, for like a week. And
Make
I don't
it your
know.
alarm clock.
There's a thought, and then I would hate
Wake
the
up
song
with
forever.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, 2020, tumultuous, right? Like, weird year.
Yeah.
My knees hurt because I don't move. I tried to do like some squats yesterday, and I was like, the muscles around my knees have like noticeably deteriorated because I am so sedentary.
So I do squats in bathroom breaks while I'm streaming.
While you're streaming?
Yeah. So if I'm taking a break, if I go to the bathroom, or really just like, hey, it's been an hour or an hour and a half, it's like time to do squats. Squats will save your life.
Actually, I want to ask you this because you stream for like 8 goddamn hours at a time, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you like eat or go to the bathroom? Like,
So eat is this is not advice. This is just what I do. I eat a lot of calories. I like get nasty, nasty fast food before streaming so that I'm not hungry for the rest of the stream.
so you don't eat for an entire day?
No, I eat.
Well, right, but then like, because I have to eat. My sister and I, you know, we've always had to eat like every 3 hours or like everything falls apart.
I definitely
You know?
snack. I'll snack during a stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've never liked eating in front of people or like
Yeah.
on camera.
Yeah, I've had to. If you stream for 8 hours, you gotta eat. You gotta let people watch you put food in your mouth.
Yeah. And then to go to the bathroom, you just put up a zesty little montage or something?
Yes.
Cute. What do you think? Is there a God?
Ooh, that's funny. So before this began, Ian said, "Is anything off limits?" I didn't say that's off limits. Okay. Is there a God? My answer is no.
Samesies.
My answer is no. Okay, but here's where like I do believe there's like a beautiful like purpose to our existence, to this universe's existence. I think about it in terms of creativity. So like I think that like what I find pretty inspiring is how much of this earth, how much of this existence is like the spirit of creativity, of throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks, of like trying something out, and if it fails you bail on it, and if it works you go with it. And so like it's so weird that everything in our universe is trying to do that. There's nothing in this universe that's trying to stay the same. You know what I mean? Like just like there's no life form that simply just wants to be as it is for all time. All of it is just about making a new thing and seeing whatever weird new evolutions we can try out of that. And so like just like plants I'm amazed by sometimes. And so like when I said I don't believe in a God or that there is a God, I hope that I always want to make it clear that to people who do, I don't think that that's the wrong thing to think. It's all very close. You know, it is It's all very close to each other. You know what I mean? It's different ways to define the same things that we're all observing, I guess.
That's beautiful, Kyle. I really like that description. I mean, that's similar to what I think. You know, like just science and the chaos of everything, and like no inherent consciousness to the universe at large. But like you said, everything is striving to change and grow and survive and create.
Yeah.
And like to me, that's so powerful. And like creating meaning yourself is so much more meaningful. And like you said, even the plants are doing it.
Even the plants, even like, shoot, even just like the cosmos is like, it won't stay still. It doesn't want to stay still. Everything's just trying. Yeah.
Entropy, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's living and dying. Everything's moving towards something. I think I used to believe more in the something, at least for humanity, that we were leading to something great. I no longer think we're a part of whatever great thing is going to happen. Like, I think like we're like dodo birds. You know, we're like, we'll die.
Yeah.
We'll be gone.
And that also like, it's so funny because even myself, like these kinds of philosophical ways of thinking, these kinds of philosophies scared the hell out of me as a kid, like growing up Christian and stuff. And like the thought of nothingness, the thought of meaninglessness, the thought of going toward nothing like that, you know, scared the hell out of me. But now it's like the most comforting thought because not in some kind of like nihilistic, like, haha, let's die kind of way, but the total like opposite. The total opposite of that, because that imbues life with so much more meaning to me. That gives more meaning and more weight to the time that we have. Like, if we're just destined to evaporate, you know, into the annals of cosmic noise, which we are, that makes the time that we have mean so much more. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Again, I want to reiterate, you know, this is just what the two of us personally believe, not saying anything about what anybody else believes. Like, I'm a guest. Believe whatever the hell you want.
It's kind of nice being a guest because I can just say nonsense and it's not like Easy Ally says.
Yeah.
I'm canceling my Patreon because Kyle said, like, what? I'm a guest now, baby.
He's a guest. Like, there are things I want to say that I don't say.
Right now, already?
Mostly political shit.
Oh,
what?
Okay.
No, just at large, you know?
All right, okay.
Also because it's like the feedback just gets tedious. But if you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be?
Okay, so I'm going to be self-conscious at a lot of these dinners. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just like, man, I would love to just like chill with Quentin Tarantino. It's like, do you think Quentin Tarantino's going to have a good time with you? You know? So it's like,
yeah.
Who can I feasibly entertain? Who can I feasibly have a time with that isn't bad? I guess I would pick like are we distant? Are we like, can we have it at like two different picnic tables?
Assuming non-COVID times, you can have a normal ass dinner.
All right. So then I would probably pick like a friend from school who I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I would pick my elementary school friend who moved away to Florida.
I love that. Yeah, I think I'm sort of similar. I would want to pick someone that I feel totally easy with.
Yeah.
You know? Like someone with whom my heart is at rest, as Joanna Newsom would say. Would you like to be famous? In what way?
So, yes, I'm already famous. In what way? How does somebody who wants to be famous answer that question?
I don't know.
I want to be respected, probably. They probably say that.
I think, most people would probably say, like, I want to be a movie star. I want to be a rock star.
Oh, so in what ways, like, how have you become famous?
I don't know. I guess it's however you interpret it.
Sure. Yeah, I guess, like, I guess the kind of famous I would like to be is that, like, you have haters, but then you have people who are like, bro, that's so ignorant.
To your haters or to you?
to the haters. I want to be the kind of famous where it's ignorant to be one of my haters.
I feel like that's already kind of the case. Like in the YouTube video comments, I don't know why I said video. In the YouTube video comments, like they'll always be somebody who's like, you look ridiculous, or like, why do you part your hair that way, or whatever. And then someone else will like always clap back.
Yeah, but it's like, I guess I'm on the right track. But it's like, man, have you ever heard the things that he said about heaven? And then it's like, that guy sucks. And it's like, bro, that's so ignorant. You don't even know. That guy goes to church every Sunday. You know, like that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right. I guess I'd want to be a rock star.
This is a real thing?
Huh? I don't know.
No,
I want to make
shout
movies.
Your dreams. Don't be shy about your dreams.
I want to direct movies. I want to make music, and I want to write books.
Whoa!
And I want to keep doing what I'm doing right now. So I just need to add those things on top of what I'm doing right now. Working on it.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of different
dreams.
A lot. It's hard to be good at all of those things. You might have to let one fall off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I figure the dream would be to kind of just skittle between them all. Like,
what musician is a good author?
Nick Cave.
Okay. You had an answer. I've not heard of Nick Cave, but I trust your answer. Like, it's somebody you clearly respect in both regards.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Okay.
Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why?
I rehearse conversations all day long.
I repeat things to myself constantly. I talk to myself a lot in quarantine as well. Oh, sure.
Most of my inner thoughts are dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
With two aspects of myself or two people who are not myself.
Yeah.
But like most of it's dialogue.
I guess sometimes I'm like Truman showing it. But like knowingly. Like I'm like talking.
You're like putting on a show as you talk to yourself?
Like an audience, yeah. But the audience is like also myself.
All right. I believe in this. I believe we are our own audiences.
Most of the things I do because I think they're funny.
Yeah.
Which I imagine might be true for yourself too. I don't know.
No, I don't do a lot to entertain myself.
Really?
When I do weird stuff, I was like, man, that's the dumbest shit you ever did. Because like when I'm not, it's not even like funny improv. It's not even like funny, like I'm streaming kind of funny. It's like truly weird voices and movements is what I'll do in solitude.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I definitely do my most...
like just like a little bit of that. And it's not funny. There's nothing funny to that. And I'm like, that was really dumb, man. I was like, yeah, I gotta let those out.
Yeah. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Are we dating?
I was wondering how long it would take you to figure out what these are. These are the New Yorker's 36 questions to fall in love.
I thought they were like, up until this point, I thought they were like interview questions, you know?
Yeah, no. These are, I've always heard of these, but I've never read them. You know, they're like the 36 questions that are like quote unquote proven to like make you fall in love if you do them in earnest.
Ew. And you know what the thing is? So the God one is number one?
No, I just asked that because I'm an asshole.
Oh, okay. Because man, that's a rough one to put it.
First question number one.
I like that though. Let's talk
about God.
Do you want to
hear? We don't have to answer them, but do you want to hear the rest? I'm just kind of curious what they are.
Yeah, I want to see the trend of these questions.
Because I guess they probably get more and more like personal. So number 4 is what would constitute a perfect day for you. Next is when did you last sing to yourself or to someone else? That's kind of like question 3. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Bro, what?
You want the mind or the body of a 30-year-old for your whole life?
That question sucks.
You want the body because your mind, you want to grow older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen 90-year-olds who are way zippier than 30-year-olds too. The mind just
absolutely.
But you know what that question is? The question is like, mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
That question
it's bait.
is,
It's bait.
I'm deep because I choose mind.
Right.
Like, okay.
But which is the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Like, just
It's
straight
the wrong
up
choice.
the wrong choice. Like, if you're truly thoughtful, you realize that the flesh is the thing that deteriorates the most. 7 is, do you want to... do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? Oh, I want to know that one.
Yeah, like, I've eaten too much trash food. It'll definitely be some sort of heart disease.
Yeah, for me, it's probably because I don't exercise. I hope it's not cancer, but because that's how got both my parents. But name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common, which I guess would mean you and I.
Okay.
We both have similar glasses.
Hey.
For what in your life do you feel most grateful? If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? That's a tricky one because it's like, I like who I am now, so it's like it's like time travel. You don't want to mess with the past, you know? Even though there's plenty about it I didn't like. But,
It's what do you not like about yourself is the question.
right. Yeah, Trixie. We're too smart for this, Kyle. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Huh. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? Wait, you looked like you wanted to say something.
The 4-minute life story.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
need 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. It was kind of good, and then it is now. And it was also bad. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anyone else, what would you want to know? Do you want to keep hearing these?
Give me the last one.
Okay, I'm skipping forward. It's like a cutesy little dumbass website, so I have to like click through all of them. 18 is what is
this
your
was
most
the New
terrible
Yorker.
memory? Yeah, but it's some other person made a website based on them.
Okay.
20 is, what does friendship mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, this is someone's very particular concept of love. You know, this is going to work for somebody who really cares to have these conversations.
It's funny because, like, speaking for myself and possibly for you, I feel like are we the kinds of people who could only ever do something like this ironically?
This is our number 2 thing in common, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 35. The last question is, of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why? Yeah,
That's not the last question. That is not the last question of this.
Oh, no, that was 35. Sorry, they're 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. I get that one. I see that one.
Imagine, okay, so the idea to me is that this is not first date questions. This is like, are we in love questions. So this is, right. Month 6. Well, you're having dinner month 6.
Right.
And you say, which one of your family, who would die in your family and make you feel the worst?
Yeah, pick a favorite. Also, wait, here, Kyle, there's a secret 37 here.
Okay.
In order to solidify your love, you have to look into your partner's eyes for 4 minutes in silence. It's hard and you'll squirm, but you'll learn an incredible amount. Good luck.
Oh my God.
Straight people. Well, that was fun. You figured out my stupid joke on question 5. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was hoping it would be, around there, because I was like, I don't think we want to do all 36 of these little bastards. That was the first time I ever planned anything for one of these episodes.
I thought we normally have a list of like the things that have happened in 2020. I guess not. No,
I don't think so. That doesn't sound like something we would do.
You're right. Last year we were just lying down on our back. We're mostly lying down on our backs.
That was the first year. I think the second 2 we were sitting on bleachers.
I think we're on. I have a memory of us lying down on our backs on the set of the Easy Ally set.
Oh yeah. So number 1 we were on the grass. Number 2 we were on bleachers by a little league field.
Yeah.
Number 3 we were on the bleachers from the Rose Bowl parade or something in Pasadena.
Yes. Yeah.
And then number 4 we were laying on our backs on the desk.
This is number 5.
This is number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Yeah, when you asked me to do this, I was like, man, you should probably pick somebody who's near you because we can't be as chill over Zoom, but everybody's over Zoom.
It's no different.
Yeah.
I remember my back before COVID, months before you left, when I knew you were leaving, the plan was that I would fly to wherever you were and we would film it. Which, thinking, probably unrealistic, or it would have to be like later in the year or something.
We'd have to do other stuff. We'd
have to do like...
Don't tie it to Christmas. Don't tie it to that trip.
Yeah. Although, maybe I would have, because it would be easier to fly there from Minnesota, but I don't get to travel at all anymore.
Yeah.
So
I'm in Raleigh. Like, Epic is here. You could like do a trip to
go see Jeremy.
Yeah, little Fortnite trip.
A fortnight.
That's some content.
Go see Meg. She still work there?
She does.
You guys ever hang out?
I think Daniel Kaiser still works there too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He's got long hair.
Yeah, that would be a little bit. You could do a bit with him about hair.
Yeah. Our hair could keep getting tangled and we could our hair could get tied together and we keep trying to go through separate doorways and fall backwards like a...
He truthfully had a lot of pride in his hair.
He loved it and he took care of it.
That was an off-cam bit as well. Like that was a thing.
Oh yeah. I haven't had a haircut in 2 years.
Yeah.
And I don't trim my split ends. So
I had to cut my own hair after a while. It got too shaggy and nasty.
Well, I noticed that you buzzed it. I used to do that in college.
Yeah, it's not a good cut right now. I could have put some product in. I guess I could have done some product.
You don't have to dress up for me, Kyle.
Yeah.
We're in love.
Mm-hmm. We passed all the questions.
We're 5/37ths in love.
Yeah, I have to apologize to the audience. We did do the 4-minute eye contact thing before recording.
We did that, yeah.
We did that. Yeah. We squirmed, and boy, did we squirm.
Did we ever? But we learned a lot.
Just imagine, I guess, I don't know, this writer from New York just I guess they're both writers. I'm imagining 2 New York writers just squirming in front of each other for 4 minutes. And then after the end, I learned a lot about you.
And then they just fucked on the desk of the New Yorker.
Yes.
I don't know if it's the New York Times.
You're allowed
to
do that there.
In New York, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's a liberal hellscape, which I love. Do you have a hobby that no one knows about that you spend a lot of time or money on?
No, everybody knows everything about me now.
Well, what is it then? What's your hobby?
I'd say cracking open Pokemon cards.
Well, yeah, we all know about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I draw, somebody knows about it. Every time I buy a new album, somebody knows about it. Every time I read a book, you know what I mean? I don't have a lot of private cool things I do for myself. You
vinyl? Listen to records?
No, when I say albums, it's because I still buy complete 10 or 12. You know what I mean? I buy the chunks of
digital
music together. It's still digitally, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do that on Bandcamp. I've been thinking about doing getting a record player, just to complete the.
Where are you gonna put
whole hipster fucking package? Well,
I watched the Easy Allies show off their setups video.
Does that mean you're a patron?
Yeah, I'm a $5 patron.
Kyle, that's cute. Thanks.
I think people would think I was a bad person if I wasn't.
Yeah.
So it's not to be a good person. It's to prevent people from allowing them. Again, this is man, that's so ignorant.
Yeah.
Did you even know he pays $5 a month? That's just that kind of thing.
I think optics are just it's a subset of power.
Yeah.
Because it's protecting yourself from scandal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lack of power, which would make you lose power.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you watched the show-off video?
Right, and so I saw your entire setup. There's no room for record player in there.
No, not at all, yeah. I'd have to put it somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
When I was doing QA at Activision, there was a guy who had some digital software that looks like your wires. Can you spin is your camera spinnable?
Not really.
Okay. So basically, you have a mess of wires in your room that makes music once you have the proper connections. And so this guy was all about the software where he would just plug in his wires and be like, dude, this is the best software. Check out this beat I made. And I would almost never listen to it, I guess, because you always had headphones on. But I would watch him plug and do things.
I wonder if he was using VCV rack or what.
It seemed like nonsense.
If it's VCV rack, it's just a digital simulation of what I've got, like Eurorack, patchable synths.
Like a timeline, I get music software that appears as a timeline.
Yeah.
But the weird the weird loops basically, and just turning on and off your loops it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, you have to think. Well, with that stuff, you have to think more in like a grid. It can be easier for some stuff and harder for other stuff. I usually, when I'm writing music in Ableton, I'll start in grid mode, and do loops, right? And then build okay, this is section A, this will be section B, this will be section C, whatever. And then you can record that you're performing of those chunks into arrangement view, which is the horizontal timeline. And then in that mode, then I start adding vocal harmonies and risers and stuff to make it sound like an actual song and not just a bunch of loops after each other. Although most of my music is loop based and I lack confidence in it. But
I thought loop based is good.
Sometimes it's a style, you can be what's his name?
Daft
Robert
Punk.
Reich or Philip Glass or Daft Punk and just have, repeating motifs.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of my songs are like that, and sometimes I have to be I gotta get away from that. How you doing though? You happy? You all right?
Never happy.
I want you to be happy. I've always wanted you to be happy.
Yeah, I feel like there's a whole other level to unlocking that happiness.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the back half of 2021 we could potentially see some happiness if we're being realistic.
I think that realistically it'll be excitement more than happiness. It'll be just excitement and joy to be released. Because effectively we've got 6 more months of 2020, because most of us won't have the vaccine until June-ish. So it's just more of this shit for a long time. For those of us who fucking give a shit about it and respect people's lives.
I was at AutoZone today. The guy wearing the mask said, warned by force, not fear. And it's well, you're looking at me, man. Are you suggesting I'm wearing mine by fear?
Right. Also, it's not fear. I mean, certainly I'm afraid of getting COVID, but it's also just respect for other fucking people, you stupid asshole.
Does such a person believe a seatbelt is an act of fear?
Right. It's fucking everything is fear then, as we started off with. Fear and power, baby.
Which is just sex.
It
turns out the man was just horny.
Yeah. Give him a tugger behind the desk and he would have been fine with wearing that mask.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Is it fear to eat?
Right. Because you'll die if you don't fucking eat. You
is it
stupid
fear
ass.
to go to the bathroom? Is that fear?
I mean, bathrooms are scary. I recently watched a video by Pushing Up Roses, this YouTube channel I've been watching a lot lately, and she was talking about bathrooms in video games and how they're in horror games all the time. She has a whole video on this that you might like.
I would like that.
Yeah, it was funny, and she tried to figure out why horror media and games use bathrooms so often, and it was just innate fear that we all have of the bathroom from our youth, What is that in where is it Rugrats or something when there's a kid and he's trying to potty train and the toilet is alive? It's like a monster. and it
Oh
like
yeah, it's
talks,
probably talking to Chucky.
or is it live action? Oh, you know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Chucky Finster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, is it from Rugrats?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Let us know in the comments that I'll probably read, even though it's bad for my mental health. What's the weather like over there? It doesn't snow there, right?
No, it doesn't. Raleigh's got like no characteristics that I've seen. No observable characteristics are visible in the vicinity that I've been to.
I thought Raleigh was supposed to be like chillin', fun, and hip. Or is that Durham?
No, I think downtown Raleigh is chillin', fun, and hip. But like you go there and it's just like, I got an acorn on my head. And it's like, is that the hip guy? It's like, yeah, that's our hip guy.
That's our hip guy. He's wearing like a flannel shirt with no sleeves or something.
Yeah.
With an acorn on his head. Is this an office or a bedroom that you're in? This
is my office. I got a 2-bedroom apartment here for less money than my Pasadena apartment.
Oh, so you're not living with your family?
No.
Forgive me. I thought you moved in with your family. Don't know why I would have thought that.
That's a fair thing. I guess that's a fair assumption.
It makes more sense that you got an apartment like an adult.
It does. Well, no. Hey, whoa.
I didn't mean that as shade. I didn't mean that shady.
That sounds like shade to anybody who is living with their parents right now because they're not making enough money.
No, dude. I have no shade on that. In fact, I encourage it. I think like if you have a family that loves and supports you and will let you live there, don't let Fox News fucking shade you on that because like, save that money, baby. Save that fucking money, baby. We're millennials. We are fucked.
Exactly.
We have zero hope.
Yeah.
Like it's unless you like, you know, have generational wealth, like you are basically fucked. Like society is destroyed. Yeah. And it's not going to get much better.
Yeah, I can have a way nicer apartment here for less money, which is nice. I do like that part.
Dude, I was reading a thing the other day about like buying homes in various places, right? And they were like using like $1 million just because it's like an easy number or whatever. They're like, here's what $1 million will get you in wherever. And they were like, in LA, like here's a 2-bedroom, like 800 square foot, which seems like an exaggeration, but like, you know, apartment in whatever neighborhood. And then in like in Austin, Texas, you can buy a 10-bedroom, 8,000 square foot like estate for $700,000. It's just like, and then of course, you know, the response to that is like, well, LA is LA and other places are what they are. But it's
how curious are you what Jones sold his house for?
I kind of know what he sold his house for.
Does he tell people?
I don't know.
So it's not a thing we could talk about right now.
I wouldn't feel comfortable because I don't know if although knowing Jones, he probably told everyone because he's a maniac, but like, it was a house in Venice.
Yeah, that's the fun part. That's a fun element of this.
You could probably figure it out.
Young Brandon Jones, right out of college, made a website called GameTrailers.com. Yeah. Sold it to MTV like 2 years later, maybe 3 or 4, for an amount that he's never divulged that amount. I don't know what that was, but it was enough where he's just like, I'm buying a house in Venice.
Buying a house. And like, it's interesting because like, when people come into money in that kind of way,
yeah,
you can tell like it's interesting to see what they do with it because like if they just buy a house straight cash, it's like, okay, that's your priority. That's what you wanted to do. If they invest it, it's like, okay, that's your priority is like growing this wealth and not like using it right away. And it's kind of funny. Like, I wonder if he like, I mean, I guess probably maybe the most responsible thing is to try to like split it and do both. I don't know. But like, it's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, if he put any of that into Amazon,
oh yeah, we
would never talk to him again. He'd be gone, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a thing this morning that was like Tesla. People who own Tesla shares are like millionaires because it's gone up like 700% over the fucking pandemic.
I would sell right now.
Oh yeah, get out.
I know you don't come to me for stock advice. Dump your Tesla now.
Yeah.
Dump it like within the next 2 years.
Elon Musk is such a hot mess. Ugh. But yeah, it's funny, man. I don't know. I mean, like, it's weird to discuss Jones's like financial affairs, but also what? Yeah, it's funny. But like the other thing is, when you're selling a house and then buying a house, you're using the money from the sale to buy the next thing. You know, so you're probably only netting. I mean, well, you're netting the difference after closing. So like, who knows? But
yeah. Ask him. Ask him on the podcast, straight out. Podcast halftime is over. Week. Jones, how much you said? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, they put me in the rotation because of COVID, because I'm not in the booth anymore. Which is like, hey, it was kind of weird. It's like when you pay your car off and you suddenly have like $400 more every month. Mm-hmm. Like having another day, I was just like, whoa, this is wild.
I started... There's definitely a point in which I stopped listening to the podcast. Yeah. So we're talking about how I'm a $5 subscriber, like getting that podcast early. But there was a point where it's just like, yeah, okay.
I would not have. I mean, I don't listen to any of our stuff. But
exactly. Yeah. It's like, so some of it was that curiosity of like, okay, let's see how Jonesy does it. And then when it became normal, it was like, oh yeah, this was like the other podcast that we make that I, like Frame Traps that I wasn't on, I wasn't listening to, you know?
Right. Well, and it's interesting, like, I wonder, for me, I think if I left Easy Allies and was doing my own thing, I might have like emotions about it. Like,
yeah, there's
listening to it might make me feel kind of whatever, you know?
You know what I watched for the first time now is the Jonesy Hour, Cup of Jones.
Cup of Jones?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's insane. It's insane. He really reads every single question that people send to him.
And then like speaks for all of us.
Some of them are just like, Jones, you're doing a horrible job. You know what I mean? Like some of them are just
He reads
cruel.
all of them?
Yeah, some of them are just cruel. And then he's like, well, note taken. Moving on. And it's like, oh, Jones, why are you like...
I mean, it's just the kind of guy Jones is, you know?
Yeah.
He'll do it.
Noted. Got it. All right.
Well, because it's funny because I feel like with Jones... I mean... Everyone has their own struggle, right? But like with Jones, the attacks are rarely personal, you know? Like when I'm attacked, it's the way I look, it's the way I talk, it's the way I act, it's whatever, you know? It's me.
Yeah.
But when they're attacking Jones, it's like how he's doing something. It's his output, you know? It's his product.
Yeah.
And I mean, newsflash, we are all of us products. Like you don't know us. But the veil is thinner for us probably than for like Gerard Depardieu. Why did he come to mind?
I don't know who that is.
He's an actor from a long time ago. He was in like Three Musketeers or whatever. Then for like Nicolas Cage or whoever.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt, you know? Like, not to equate us to them. That's not what I'm saying, but I don't know. Our jobs are weird is what I'm saying. Like, people get to know just about, like you were saying before, people get to know almost everything. Except I like to play it pretty mysterious and not specify a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I kind of gave up on that at some point. It's kind of freeing.
Oh yeah,
like how
I mean, there will come a time
to use swear words now. It feels nice.
Yeah, I was always curious about that.
Gosh, it was just because of like it was a deliberate decision for the final Bosman, and I probably read like a comment that's just like, man, I really appreciate that this guy's not swearing, or like how many times like people are like, my kids are watching, you know. So
I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, so I got this obligation, and it's like, you know what? Kids know swear words.
Oh, for sure.
They know them.
I was walking through an elementary school one time because my college girlfriend's dad was the principal, and I was like meeting her there. And I was walking through the halls, and like it was the weekend, you know. And there was this kid in there. Must have been some kind of program. There wasn't supposed to be anybody there. I was just trying to like meet her because she was like dropping off something for her dad, whatever. And there was this kid there for some summer program or whatever, and he just walked up to me and he was just like, "Fuck you, bitch." And I was
just
like
trying stuff out.
I was like, "All right, man. All right." Yeah. I was like, "Sweet, cool."
Yeah.
Cool. Kids can be mean, though. I was biking without a shirt on in my hometown one time, and these little middle schoolers, I can't tell how old kids are. They might have been high schoolers. I can't fucking tell. I never see children. I don't, like, I like children, but I don't, like, have, besides, like, my cousins who have kids, I don't have experience being around children, you know?
Yeah, LA is like GTA. There really are no children.
There are no children. Like, you never see kids in LA. It's kind of weird. At least in the neighborhoods, like, probably that we all live in. But, like, yeah, I was biking without a shirt on. This is years ago. And some little kid was just like, nice abs. And it, like, really hurt my feelings.
Yeah. That hurts way. The sarcasm hurts way worse than anything.
And in hindsight, I wanted to say to him, like, nice self-esteem or something, you know, because it's like way too late. That was one of those things.
That would
not a great comeback. Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten it. But, like, yeah. I mean, don't bike without a shirt on, I guess.
I feel like you got to be like Markiplier to make a middle schooler to, like, give them the response. You know what I mean? You got to be like, I'm working on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I would respond, like Markiplier would.
Oftentimes in those situations, I just say, like, genuinely thanks, because then it confuses people, because then they're like, no, I was trying to be mean to you, and it's like,
I got you.
Because then you shut them down by making them think you didn't even get that they were being mean, you know?
Yeah, you're right. They wanted to hurt you, and the fact that they weren't allowed to hurt you is upsetting to them.
Yeah, you just go, oh, thanks. I learned that in middle school. It's like in early high school when I was getting bullied constantly. Is like much like the internet now, where it's just like you just don't engage. I've started just like memeing back at people. Like, someone actually said, you look ridiculous the other day to me. And I just put a picture of Snape after they cast the ridiculous spell on him. And he was, like, in that, like, fur coat, and he looked amazing. So it's just him going, like, you know, with, like, this hat on.
Yeah. That's a good response. That's good. Yeah.
I don't enjoy reading those, so I'm not trying to encourage people to do that kind of shit. So I'll meme
way
them.
Too late.
Can't be on the internet without that kind of thing. Yeah. What's your favorite song?
I don't know the name of it. I don't know the name of my favorite song, but it's been asked before, and we landed on it. It's the Radiohead song. I think it might just be called Let Down. You know, Let Down, hanging around.
Yeah. I know the song.
Like a bug in the ground. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it turns out that's my favorite song.
Good to know. The committee figured it out for you. I'm happy to hear. Yeah. I had a Radiohead song stuck in my head, and it was just the other day, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and all I could remember was banana animal noises. And that was all I had in my head. It just kept repeating, and then it turns out it's Jigsaw falling into place or whatever from In Rainbows?
Animal noises. Huh.
He says that at some point. Before the animal noises is the actual.
Okay.
Before letting out, before the animal noises.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. That's a good one. Video games? Have you liked anything this year? I feel like everything sucked this year.
No, I've liked a lot of stuff this year, actually. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Right, that was this year. I forgot. That's the other thing is, like, this year feels like the last 3 months.
Yeah, 7 Remake came out, I think, in April, which is just this perfect time of, like, really starting to grasp how much quarantine sucks.
Yeah. Was that your favorite game of this year?
Yeah, that's my number one.
Huh. I guess
I started Minecraft recently.
Oh, really? Have you been streaming it or just because
I've been streaming it. Yeah, I started it because my niece and nephew love it, and like I'm able to like play with them.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about Seedlings, obviously, because I watched I think season 1. I don't think I watched season 2, but like it made me realize how much work Seedlings was.
It was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane. People ask us. I think someone asks like maybe weekly about Seedlings.
Still
to me or whoever. Yeah. And after we pitched it to Netflix and they gave us money to develop it and then turned it down, it kind of like really demoralized me and the other guys, I think. And like, but I still think about it like constantly. Like I think about Seedlings maybe every couple of days, and like it eats at me. Like I want to like we had the end of that story. We have it.
That's
like,
fascinating
from
to me.
the
I really
beginning.
thought you had given up on it.
No, I
Mentally.
love that story, and I think about it all the time. It's just like the other guys are super busy, and like I'm super busy, and it's hard to get.
The other guys
everyone
are
on the
Justin
same
and
page.
AJ?
Justin and John Finger.
John Finger, okay, obviously.
Yeah.
AJ was
I mean,
just a
AJ
voice.
is the voice. Yeah,
Just a voice.
he just does what I fucking tell him to do. Between the sheets.
Have you done any interview with AJ since COVID started? Has he done like one of these with you?
I should do that.
Yeah, we need his presence.
Yeah, he's been doing good work too. He's like in a bunch of shows and stuff. He's Han Solo in the Lego Star Wars holiday special.
I watched that with no volume on. So I missed it. I missed him entirely. That's funny.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry,
I love AJ. He's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Animal Crossing is my favorite game this year.
It's a good pick. That's not even I guess. That's a great pick.
I mean, like, it's just the game that's stuck with me, and, like, it's so chill, and it's the game. That's the game we needed this year, you know, I find. Cyberpunk is a mess.
Mm-hmm. Are you playing Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I've got a big old hog, so I figured I had to play it. And I was excited for it, and now I'm kind of just...
We're talking about penises when you say hog.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Alas, I've got a giant big old hog.
Alas!
And, so yeah, it runs it real well.
Yeah.
But, I find, like, it's not a very thoughtful game. It's kind of just... It's honestly got me questioning if I just don't like open world games. Like... Because I find that they're kind of sloppy, by and large, like a lot of them. Like Breath of the Wild, I find was like maybe the only one that felt like honed and not just like scattershot. Whereas like most other games, even games that I've loved, like I put whole like years into Morrowind, you know, like love that stuff. And like I played the shit out of Fallout, like 1 through New Vegas. You know, so like I've got a long history with open world games, but it's like, man, I don't know, or maybe modern open world games. There's just something it doesn't grab me as much. Maybe since Dark Souls, I guess, if I'm being honest with myself. But yeah, I don't know.
Do you have your list? This is it's funny. This was maybe like it's a thing that super stressed me out. Actually, it was like the list of games you got to play so that you can have discussions for Game of the Year with Easy Allies.
I've been needing to I want to ask them, Goaties, dude, like, not the like the argument of us trying to figure out Goaties. I dread for months. Like I've been dreading it for months because like. It always gets personal in a weird way. Like, even if it isn't personal, it gets either personal, you know, like someone will get mad at you for trying to say that you didn't like the story of whatever game. But then even if you get through the Easy Allies gauntlet without somebody getting pissed at you, the comments are going to tear you to shreds. So it's just like, oh God, is it worth it? And like, I don't know. And I just, you know, my tastes, I think, are very... different from the norm, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm over here playing Grindstone and Animal Crossing, and I love the Souls games, and don't like Skyrim or Last of Us 2 or Cyberpunk or, you know, just not my cup of tea, I guess. But
how's that discussion going to go with Last of Us Part 2? Are there true fans besides Huber?
Huber's gung-ho about it. I'm not sure how crazy the rest of the guys are about it. I mean, I know that everyone likes it. I mean, even I'm like, obviously, like, the engine, the graphics, the animations, the accessibility stuff, that's all fucking amazing. Like, that deserves praise until the cows come home. I just think, like, the writing wasn't anything special, and, like, the gameplay was kind of got dull for me after a while.
How many times you played a game where you can play the guitar?
Probably more than that one, but I'm not sure. I mean, Guitar Hero doesn't count really.
No, because you're like playing a guitar for someone. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I didn't say I hated it. I just thought like
you said the writing wasn't anything special, and to me that's special writing. To me that's like
well, don't get me wrong. Like there are a lot of moments in the story that I really loved.
sure.
Mostly between Abby and Lev.
Lev.
Like that was the stuff I liked the most probably. I just thought Ellie wasn't a very dynamic character. Like change and growth, like we were talking about before, like change and growth is what I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do a lot of that. And like deathbed repentance, not saying she dies, but like metaphorical, like end of the thing repentance, less interesting.
Deathbed repentance. This must be a narrative term.
I don't know how often it's used like that, but like in the like if the end of the story is the death of the story, you know, just that's where it came. I guess I'll have to put up a fucking spoiler warning. For that.
No. As someone who really likes that story, I don't think using the phrase deathbed repentance is a spoiler. And I think it's something that I don't know we all expect anyway.
Right. Just to be clear, that isn't necessarily saying anything about what happens literally in the story. I was using it as a metaphor.
Sure.
Just that toward the end is, you know, the thing. But like, I don't know. But all that said, it's like, you know, it's fine.
Sure.
And then that's the other thing is like I constantly have to like defend myself. I feel like because I could just hear the.
You said nothing special.
Huh?
You said it was nothing special. I'm like, man, that's special. That's special writing. I guess that's where I'm coming in is because like as just like if I was writing that script, I'd be so proud of what I'd written. Like there's some moments in that script that
though is like I can hear Neil Druckmann being proud of himself while I'm playing.
I think a lot of people do. I think
like I could like that's the thing is like Neil Druckmann. Or like, not just to single him out. I think like this is a video game problem kind of a lot is like, quote unquote, good video game writing is decent TV writing. Like compared to other media, like, and that's kind of the thing. It's like, it's not fair always to compare these things. Like I know that, but like, you know, like it's just kind of like, I've always kind of been of the mind where it's like video games aren't that impressive yet. Like there are some that are super impressive, and I find the ones that are the most impressive are the ones that embrace what they are and like make artistic, graphical, and gameplay choices that are meaningful and direct and like tell the story in a way that's interesting and unique. Not always lore-based storytelling like Souls, but like even narratives like that are very story heavy, like Paradise Killer, you know, or visual novels and stuff. Like, it's just interesting, weird ways to embrace the medium, you know, that are thoughtful in doing something. I think about like Shadow of the Colossus, you know, where it's like thoughtful in a way that's interesting and I hadn't really encountered in a game before. Whereas games like Last of Us, you know, want to be compared to an HBO series, I feel like. Because he's literally making one. And they don't hold up.
I kind of agree on this element of like, if you're writing a video game, write as little as possible because the more you write, the worse it's going to become. I feel like a ton of video game writers just love to write, and there's just so much dialogue that's so unnecessary. It could easily be chopped out in a second.
Yeah.
And then like people who think good writing is just that there is a lot of dialogue that has nice English in it. You know, that always really bothers me too. When you know, you're looking at a game that's like, man, this game's got great writing. It's like, this sucks, dude. This is, because I mean, books still suck. There's still sucky books written every year. You know what I mean?
So many?
Yeah. So like there's a way to have prose that people think is good. You know what I mean? But that doesn't necessarily make it good writing.
Well, I guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, kind of like what you said about books is that this is something I think people don't like when they get on my case about like not thinking Last of Us 2 was like fucking Nabokov or something is like, you know, like I did a video about like good, fine, bad, you know, of like rating everything like that. Like I think just about everything is fine. Like TV, movies, books, shows, and like to me it's more rewarding kind of because then the things that really rise above it can be truly great.
Mandalorian good, fine, or bad?
It skirts the line, I think. Like I think probably it's better than 6/9 of the movies, like pretty easily.
The whole point of your system is that nothing skirts the line.
Well, then I'd have to say Mandalorian's good.
Whoa.
Because there's enough of it now that the episodes that are fine or bad are outweighed.
So I feel like Mandalorian's my favorite thing that came out this year, TV or movie wise. It's not like it's not engaging in the way that things that are good are engaging. I just kind of like it's purely almost on this like enjoyment of a character and enjoyment of a fantasy world. You know, it's kind of like it's just a storytelling aspect that is so good about the show. It's really interesting in that way.
Well, that's I think it's 100% successful at what it's trying to be, you know?
Yeah.
And like, it's not even guessing at what it's trying to be. Like, I don't have to guess. I've seen it, and it's like, okay, yeah, you're trying to be this like space cowboy, serialized, or semi-serial, semi-episodic, you know, space western video game with side quests, and it's like TV show, and it's like super great, and it's just like really fun, and like that's the thing about, you know, the good, fine, bad system, where it's like, you know, Mad Max Fury Road and Laughter in the Dark and, you know, Blood Meridian and fucking Hamlet, you know, they're all very different. They can all be good. But like Mandalorian is trying to be fun adventure, not trying to be fucking, you know, Shakespeare. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas I think Last of Us Part 2 is trying to be fucking Shakespeare. And falling short of it.
I get the impression they're trying to make the best video game they can, honestly. But I can definitely see where you would think it falls short. And like I can't argue against it, you know?
Well, and what's crazy...
I don't think they want to be anything more than a video game. I think they want to be the best video game, though.
Yeah, you're probably right. And like in many ways they are. Like I think it's probably the best looking video game on the PlayStation 4. Like pretty much for sure. As far as like pure graphical fidelity goes.
Facial animations,
the animations in that game are staggering. Like it looks so good. Yeah, can't argue with that. I just wish I enjoyed playing it.
Sure.
Because it felt like a slog for me personally, which is fine. Like, you know, I get why people like it. I'm not saying that's bad to like it. I just didn't hate it. Whatever. I'm just trying to defend myself.
And we're talking about the stress of having to do that 10 more times during the Game of the Year awards.
I think what I'm going to do is... Because it's funny. It's funny, like, it's something I've always... I guess, like, I get a little, like, bitchy about this in my head. Because, like you are a good example of this. Or, like, Nakey Jakey, right? Who I think is great. Like, you guys can say the same things I say and think the same things I think. But everyone's like, haha, yeah, fun ideas and opinions, you know? And then I say the same thing, but however I say it just pisses people right off. And I'm like, I don't know what it is about me.
Yeah. I'm starting to realize it is a good thing, though, you need some opinions that people don't like. For sure you need those. And I guess, yeah, the ways of delivering them are just like bluntly, or just like, hey, look, I know not a lot of people agree with this, but I think Cyberpunk 2077 has some problems. And I just, to me, like, that's the softest thing in the, you know what I mean? Like, why are you even making that video? And so it is interesting. What's the difference? What's the difference between Nakey Jakey and Ian
I'm certainly
Hank?
way more queer than you guys. but like, which I think is probably a big part of it.
Oh, the reaction, you mean?
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Yeah.
But like,
We got to find a strategy for this, though. You got to be able to say all those things, and then people start applauding it.
well, and that's what I was thinking of doing for Goaties is just because, like, I agree almost entirely with Nikki Jakey's like video about what is it called? Last of Us 2 is outdated or something like that. And then he also did one about Red Dead Redemption 2. And like him, I loved Red Dead Redemption. Loved it. And then thought Red Dead Redemption 2 felt kind of like an old game. Like it felt outdated. Maybe that one was the outdated one. But he didn't like Last of Us Part 2 really either. And so like my strategy is just to write down everything that Nikki Jakey said and this other review that I agreed about with the story from like, I don't know if it was Kotaku or Guardian or whoever.
Sure.
But just use other people's thoughts and just collect those.
And just shout them.
Yeah.
I do think just shouting them is a good idea. And then when somebody like wants you to talk more, you don't.
Yeah. I just go, huh?
Bloodworth had something to say.
Yeah, Bloodworth. What you look like you wanted to talk, Bloodworth? You're
the story
holding
sucks. Bloodworth?
Bloodworth. Maybe if I was sitting on an exercise ball, it would make everything better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikki Jakey. I think also from the Midwest. Also, I just learned that fucking Gus Johnson is from like Grantsburg, which is like 7 miles from where I grew up. It's fucking
Who's
nuts.
Gus Johnson?
Oh, really funny comedian guy who also knows Nikki Jakey, I think.
Cool.
You'd recognize him. He does like short form comedy stuff on YouTube. Whatever. I don't know.
I realize my monitor is pretty far back. That's why I'm like leaning in so much. And I think I got to get like a wider angle lens. You're getting
some fisheye.
Yeah, we're getting some facial distortion a little bit.
Yeah.
Lenses aren't cheap.
What camera do you use?
This is a Sony A7 III, the same as yours.
That's what I have. Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
I watched your video.
Camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a bunch of research, and this one's good for, hey, like it's way over the top for what we're doing these things for, but then we could take it off our tripods and go shoot things, and it's good for that.
Yeah. And that's why I bought it. And like having a gimbal, like, so you can do really smooth moves and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though the first E3 I had with my gimbal, I dropped it and broke the HDMI port on my camera. So I have to use the only way I can use this is because Sony finally put out like a imaging thing that lets it act as a USB webcam, which makes it a little bit framey, which I don't love. But
do this.
My HDMI, you can see a little smearing.
Yeah.
I can see it on YouTube. Are you using HDMI for yours?
I am. I'm using Elgato. Elgato has a similar thing. It's called Camlink.
Yeah. I could tell that yours looked a little crisper than mine. And that's because I'm using the USB-C connection. And I'm running it through Snapcam. So I can do shit like this.
I saw a D20 for a second.
What do you think of that, Kyle?
I really don't like this.
Well, then you're going to love this one. We have a giraffe. Here's some baguettes.
Is this for families?
I don't know. I can be Amine.
Whoa, this one's cool.
Yeah.
Why are you so? Can you make her mad?
What?
Why did you? Why have you been doing the whole interview like this?
I don't know. Because, well, my mouth doesn't move much when I talk.
That's anime.
That's anime.
You do look surprised more than ever, though. Yeah, stop.
And you can see I get like another mouth.
Yeah. Okay, it's maybe it's not worth it. Someday that's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, this one's my favorite. I have been. Damiani did it a while ago, where he was like a VTuber, and I really want to get into that. Yeah,
He was a VTuber for Halloween. Yeah,
and I really want to I really want to figure out how to do that.
I want to do VTubing too, but I want to like create my own characters. I don't want to have like some custom. Can you make your own thing?
You can't. I mean, one can. I'm not sure if I can. I don't know how to. I tried watching a video about it, and it's like
this one would work without the horns. Why'd they have to add horns?
Yeah. Well, I could try to find like a cute, just like this one's kind of fun.
No, your eyes.
This one's funny because it just adds hair on top of your hair.
And like really blew out your lights for some reason.
Yeah. A lot of them just get kind of crazy. And then there's just the like gender swap one. But this is like
honestly not a big
one.
Difference.
Thank you, Kyle. Here's tentacle eyes.
Well, don't do that one.
What about Janusz from Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah, this is cool.
Anyway.
That is actually kind of impressive tech.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I mean, they're just like, you can see if you look right into the camera, they're just like 2D planes, but
yeah,
it's cool how it tracks you. This one, I'm just like, what? Why? What?
Someone got paid for this.
Do they get paid? I don't even know. But yeah, I want to learn how to VTube.
So wait, you want to like craft your own 3D model as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I was watching a video about it, and there are some programs that let you do it. I think one of them is kind of like a character creator, but I couldn't tell if you could just do it in the software, or if you had to like literally go into like Photoshop or Maya or something and like really twiddle around with it.
You know what? This is 100% Finger's thing.
Oh my God.
John Finger. The aforementioned John Finger. He would love this.
He's too busy for a phone call about seedlings. He's not going to make me a goddamn VTuber.
Wow. Okay. I feel like he's always working on something though. Maybe he's always working on his own things.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He always wants to be doing his own thing. Which, hey, I fully sympathize with that.
Yeah, 100% get that.
We all want to be doing our own thing.
He doesn't want to make our VTube characters. He wants to. No. Yeah.
Well, we could pay him maybe. I have other friends who are actual 3D like modelers for their jobs, and we could maybe pay them.
Cool.
To make a cute VTuber. Maybe I'll ask my friend to do that. I wonder how much he would charge me.
Make Easy Allies pay for it.
Oh my God. I wonder if they would go for it.
They'd have to.
Why would they have to?
I feel like there should be a pool of funds for, it's called like the creativity pool.
Uh-huh.
And if you have an idea, you just charge the fund.
Jones would tap it out for a thing that never got finished.
There's just some harp hanging out in the storage room. Like, what's the harp, Jones?
Jones, why'd you buy a $60,000 harp? Why did our patrons, our beautiful patrons, buy us a harp you don't even know how to play? Regina Spektor, you ain't. Anyway. Gotta do a Q&A in about 20 minutes here.
Oh, okay.
I want to keep talking forever, though. I miss you.
Yeah, I feel like the audience should also know I messed up. We started late because of me. So it's 10 minutes. This podcast is 10 minutes shorter because of my own negligence.
It's 10 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
Which is
I do feel like it's worth calling myself out for that.
It's funny because I didn't even like get bothered by it. I was just like, okay. I mean, I figured.
Well, you didn't text me yesterday. I need the day before text.
I realized I didn't do that. I usually do that. I usually go like, you still good for tomorrow at noon?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
My time? Yeah, because what is it there? Like 4 almost?
4:39 p.m.
4:39?
We call it pie time.
Is it?
It's always pie time in North Carolina.
I like a good pie. Except for they've got too much dairy in them oftentimes. What's your favorite pie?
I don't like pie. I don't like pie.
You don't like pie?
I would eat pie crust. If somebody handed me pie crust, like the pie's empty, happy birthday, I would be so pleased.
You don't even like apple pie?
So I do like apple pie, but then when I eat apple pie, I'm like, why is this so thick and gooey?
Yeah.
And the answer is like that people like thick and gooey.
Wet and juicy.
Yeah. We're close. We're really close to those lyrics.
Well, it's wet and gushy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only listen to the censored version, so I don't even know really what they're singing about.
It's like mopping. It's like cleaning up, I think.
Wait, I think I did listen to the censored version though, where it just turns every word into gushy. Is that a thing?
Yeah, give me that wet and gushy. Got that wet and gushy. It's that was the first version I heard. I saw the music video with those lyrics. And
Why
I was
were
just
we
like,
watching
what
that?
Yeah, I was just like, what is this? And like, why is it called WAP? That's not what they're saying. And then I heard the real version. I was like, oh, I see.
Oh, poor kids in middle school.
Middle school sucks no matter what era it is, man.
Yeah.
If you're in middle school right now, just power through, man. Be yourself. Don't let the stupid assholes wear a mask. Don't let the stupid assholes try to make you into somebody else. And just power through it.
Don't listen to what the bitter hearts gonna say. It just takes. Do you ever?
Oh no.
So I give a free pass to any band who like makes a nice song that can be encouraging to kids.
Sure.
So if you're Good Charlotte and you make a song about like don't commit suicide, you get a free pass.
You get a pass.
Yeah.
Ironically, though, that kind of music makes me incredibly depressed. Because it was like big in high school when I was incredibly depressed, and so like just hearing it, I just have like a response to it of just like total sadness. Like Lit and Sum 41 and Blink 182 and Good Charlotte and all that just makes me like ugh.
For me, they got the pass.
I mean, I appreciate them. It's much like my feelings about a lot of video games where it's like, not for me, but go for it.
Yeah.
Love your life. Do your thing. Be who you want to be. It just takes some time. In a little
girl, you're in the middle.
Is that what they say?
I think so.
It just takes some time, little girl, you're in the middle. Up sometimes. Then it'll be all right.
Oh, I have a memory of like hanging out with my cousin. I must be 15 years old. He must be 10. And I'm like, I really like this song, dude. Check out this song. And it was Jimmy Eat World in the middle. I thought I was cool for liking that song and introducing that song to my poor little cousin.
Who's younger than you?
Yeah, who was 10 years old.
Did he just shred you then? Or did he like it?
I think he's like, cool. Cool. And then grew up to, thankfully, not like, well, I shouldn't say thankfully. Hey, if you like Jimmy Eat World,
go for it.
Yeah. But no, he grew up to like very different kinds of music.
I find it's good to just be well-rounded. Like all kinds of stuff.
No, I really think the kind of music you like defines who you are.
Mm-hmm. I find that's true of like sci-fi movie franchises.
Me too, yeah.
Like that's a personality. That is a meaningful human personality.
Exactly. If you like the proper Marvel heroes, basically everyone but Captain Marvel, you're probably a pretty good guy.
Yeah. Totally chill. Yeah.
Okay, what's your dream for, before we leave, what's your dream for 2021?
Get vaccinated.
You're going to go in. You're going in for the vaccination.
Oh, fuck. As soon as, like, day one, dude. Yeah. Like, if I get wind at all that I can get a vaccine, fucking day one.
Yeah, honestly, if it's like, you will have diarrhea for a month, I will still take it.
Par for the course, baby. Only a month?
What else is new?
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a break.
Yeah, obviously, because I'm next to my family, you know what I mean? Just vaccinate me. Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get vaccinated, and then I might go, like, dancing. I want to take some time off, go see my goddamn family, because I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah.
This is the first Christmas of my sister's entire life that I haven't been with her. Yeah. Like, seen her on Christmas. Didn't get to go home for, like, the anniversary of my mom's death. Didn't get to do anything. Because, like, I'm taking this shit seriously.
Yeah. I'm glad that you have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm terrified of illness, so fear, like that man's lovely mask said. But yeah, vaccine, hang out with my friends, go fly somewhere. Even though it'll take another like 5 months after we're all vaccinated before anything will be fine. So 2021 is a wash too. Just like prepare your mind.
Okay. My goal is to get to Japan for the Olympics. Do you think that's an unrealistic goal?
When are the Olympics again?
July.
That is 1,000% unrealistic.
Okay.
You won't be vaccinated until like June, maybe, and you have to do 3 weeks before the second dose, and then it's 2 weeks after that before it's effective. So if they even have the Olympics, I'll be surprised. But they'll probably do all kinds of like distancing and stuff, and they're ahead of us in Japan. So, but like probably a lot of countries wouldn't be able to go.
Collecting people from all over the world, it's gonna be such a mess.
This is a terrible idea. Like they should not do it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to adjust my dream for 2021 then. That's been my dream for a while. It's like, fine, I'm going to those 2021 Olympics, but then like, more time passes. It's like, oh, that's going to be impossible, huh?
It's not going to happen, Kyle. Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right.
Maybe like 2022, 2023 can go see Super Mario World in Japan. But I have a feeling like, do you ever get this feeling where it's similar to when like Lost was airing or Game of Thrones before it like totally fell apart? That like I just want to make it, like I just want to see how this plays out, and it's like I just don't want anything bad to happen to me, knock on wood, before COVID fucking stops.
It's funny, I had that with Box Peak where like I really didn't want to like die before I finished that, not because it's like, man, I really want my creative vision fulfilled. It's not like this kind of like great artistic piece. I was just really scared of like everybody like trying to finish it and like make it a big emotional piece. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's all get together and finish Box Peak for Kyle. Let's do it. And then it's just like, oh God, like, oh, don't do that. It's like, that's what my actual fear was.
And they wouldn't have let me finish it the way that would have been maybe closest to how you actually finished it. Mm-hmm. Like I would have been like, no guys, this is Kyle. Like it would probably all just fall apart. Like
you're right. Yeah. Jordy would become champion and become the ultimate Box Peak master. And it'd be like, in loving memory, Kyle Bosman. I was like, no, don't. Oh man.
You'd be spinning in your grave. I mean, that's how I feel about seedlings. Like I want to,
Okay. So wait, I mean, obviously we're ending this. I have to agree with you. I think it's going to be really hard to get Justin and John to agree to finish this. Yeah. You might have to just like publish a script or something.
I mean, I think that they wouldn't really like that. Like they still like it too, Like
do they?
They wouldn't want me to just go off and do a thing,
No, I didn't know. It sounds like you're the only one who believes in it anymore.
No, I think they probably still do. They're just busy. Like at least we haven't really talked about it, so I don't know. But I believe them when they say they're just super busy.
I think what I would do in your shoes is adapt what I like into something else entirely. Because it's been so long
a completely different property. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it would have to be. Yeah, it would have to be like its own world.
Yeah.
What I liked about Seedlings was the collaboration. Like I really liked working with those guys. I'm really good at collaborating, I think, with that. And it like I can output things very quickly when I'm collaborating with people because they like keep me honest,
This I understand, yeah.
And I'll work like crazy hours to get things done. Like yesterday I refinished 2 Easy Allies shows, got them ready to publish. Did a content cut for the Comedy Central show I'm cutting and a sizzle reel, all in one day because other people were depending on me. And like
what do you mean
my album
refinished?
Is sitting here. Oh, just did like notes.
Gotcha.
And like my album is sitting here with 5 songs and like not moving forward because like I'm the only one I'm beholden to,
Yeah, I get that big time.
So it's just like, ugh.
Wait, have you teased this album before?
Not really. I've been. Maybe I'll cut that part out.
Sure.
When snot flew out of my nose. But yeah, I've been working on an album, trying to finish that. It's been like my only year. I don't make resolutions, but like It's been my only goal for the last like 3 fucking years is to like finish an album of my own music.
5's pretty good though. 5 songs you feel good about, or 5 songs that are like they're okay, they're in okay shape?
5 songs I feel good about. Like I'm not skilled at mixing and mastering, so like once I have them all, my goal right now is to get it to like 10 or 12 tracks, whatever, and then like whatever feels right, and then like, you know, pay to have it mixed and mastered by someone else.
I think it's a really good idea. Yeah.
And like just to get them all normalized and, you know, mastered at the same volumes and everything, and like just smooth out the rough edges and stuff. Because I'm okay at like some of it. I can get stuff sounding kind of how I want to, but it's not. I'm not a technician in that, so I don't know how to do it. But yeah. So yeah, like 3 or 4 of the songs I really think are there, and I really like them. And a few other ones I'm like, I need to fix this and that. I have to like re-sing some of them, stuff like that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm pretty thrilled about it.
You're gonna do Bandcamp?
I'll put it on Bandcamp, probably, yeah. And then I don't know. I mean, if it's good enough and gets interest from people, I might, like, I've got some friends who are musicians who have labels and stuff. Maybe I'd like try to shop it, but I don't know if it's if it's better to have a label these days or not. Like, probably better to just put shit out on your own. I don't know.
I mean, without concerts, there's like this whole source of revenue that's lost for artists, musical artists.
Yeah. I just got signed out because
you can sell your T-shirts on your own website, you know.
Yeah, true. Well, we got to stop because I got signed out because we have to do Q&A now. Bye.
Okay, bye.